America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Yes, people. Hello, welcome in. Happy Monday. How are you doing? Just past 3 in the afternoon here for me. Yep, I'm not muted. Just making sure. You can never be too sure these days. How are you doing, though? Good afternoon. Those of you in the United States. Good evening to those of you in the UK. And I love, of course, good morning to those of you in Australia. The number 2 demographic of the channel. Congratulations again, Australia. You are number 2. Tap in. How you doing? Happy Monday. The week has begun. We are abreast of the weekend, or the week. Excuse me. I'm already starting off Monday with a bang, as you can tell. Oh, man. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I hope you're feeling the same vibes. Welcome in episode number 54 of the Untitled series. 54, that's absolutely insane when you think about the fact that like 2 months ago is really when I started this. So that's a whole lot of episodes. And if you've tuned in for them, big up yourself right now. If you're here live, I hope you're doing well. Big up yourself right now. Partake in that poll. Hit the like up. If you are watching on playback, know that I love you and I appreciate you. You're kind and you are absolutely smart. So thank you for doing that and supporting the channel here. It is absolutely free to hit that like, participate in the poll. I see 32 votes. I see 20 likes. Our ratio's off, but somehow, some way, I think we'll correct it. But happy Monday nonetheless, just after 3 in the afternoon here. I'll go ahead and turn that music down for y'all. But welcome in indeed. Obviously, I got a few things I want to talk about. Got a number of things starred on the X, the Twitter, whatever you want to call it. But you know what? The question for today is, what's your favorite part of the ANGE POSTECOGLOU era? Looks like 44% says the Immaculate Vibes, which is really, I'm just using to encompass everything that has been happening since ANGE got started. That's kind of, I try to do one that's all encompassing. But if there's a couple more specific answers as well. I see 32% on the football we're playing is Spurs, and then 24% says attitude shift from players and fans is my favorite part of the ANGE POSTECOGLOU era. Frankly, for me, I love it all. Long may it continue. And ay Dios mío, how quickly it's happened. I didn't think it would be this quick, but you know what? Here we are nonetheless. But let me tap into the chat real quick before we start really kicking off the show. Make sure I say hello to everybody. You know that's how I like to do these things. The show wouldn't be what it is without y'all, so of course I got to say hello to my people. Big up Talking Ball gets first place prize today. Colin with Talking Ball. Big up yourself, buddy. Moondog says, good evening, Jacob. Good evening, Moondog. I hope you're well. A frequent supporter of the channel. Good to see you in the chat as well. Steady as Shark says, too many folks still talking about Levy to vote that the vibes are immaculate, but damn, I'm loving Big Ange's Spurs. Aren't we all, Steady as Shark? I'm absolutely thrilled with what I've been seeing. Kate, just a girl who loves Spurs, says, big up, Jacob, my friend. Big up, first YouTube chat member in the house. Big up yourself. If you want to be a YouTube chat member, you can do that. It's over there somewhere. There's a link I could put in, but I mean, you can find it if you so choose, like a mouse to some cheese. If you want it, you will find it. So I encourage you to do so, but also I encourage you to do the free thing. And y'all are hitting up them likes, 35 likes, 37 votes. I told y'all somehow, some way we were going to get that ratio better, and y'all did it. So like, what can I really say? But other than hey, and thank you. Big up Ravi as well, says, big up Jacob. Please cook the Arsenal. Listen, my friend, we will. Don't you worry about that. We absolutely will. Jim, just a guy who loves Spurs, another YouTube chat member in the house, says, hi, Jacob. Hope you and the family are well. Quiz. Big up, Jim. Hope you're well and healing, mending, getting some TLC. I hope you're doing exactly what Chewy's doing back here, which this is a good time to say welcome into Chewy, or welcome Chewy into the show, rather. There he is, nonetheless. Doing his thing, That's how he always contributes to the show. He likes to just lay there. Big up Hansi G says, well, the rumor is none of the players that started at Tottenham could not make it an Arsenal team. One important fan gave this. Yeah, that's a terrible take. And by this time next week, I think they'll change their tune a little bit. But you know what? I'm okay with them sleeping on us. Let them keep sleeping on us. Let them sleep on our players. Ange Postecoglou's got another thing coming for him. I'll tell you that much. DJ's in the house. Big up, DJ. I'll catch this one live before work. Glad you can be here live, my friend. Big up. Spurs GCTV says, evening, Jacob. Hope all is good with you, bud. Big up, Spurs GCTV. I see you on all the other channels supporting. Hydration Nation, one time. Go ahead and pause for the cause. Big up Woodsy TV, another YouTube chat member in the house. Says, evening, everybody. Big up Woodsy TV. Big up Chris Peters as well. Says, big up Jacob. Big up David Cooper in the house. That's 3 YouTube chat members in a house, in a row. Sorry, I was getting some text messages in there and it threw my words off. But look at that. Woodsy, Chris, and Coop Dog in the house. Big up Coop Dog. So good evening or good morning, Jacob in chat room. Coop Dog's in the house. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Coop. Hope you're starting off your week feeling blessed and fresh, my friend. Rich is in the house. Another YouTube chat member. Wow, y'all are blessing me. Honestly, what a sight. When I see y'all all tapping in here on a Monday to start the week, makes me feel pretty blessed, like I must say. Rich says, big up, everyone. Seeing multiple Chelsea fan channels in meltdown while Spurs are bossing it with Ainge feels surreal. There was... You know what? This might be the perfect time. I was going to try and do something cheeky and be like, oh, how did that get there? But I did want to show this because this makes me smile inside. Chelsea haven't scored a single goal from their 31 shots in the Premier League. I just want to take a second real quick. So they have 31 shots in the Premier League and haven't scored a single one of them. Look at Pochettino. Oh, look at that belly. He looked a lot more... put together at Spurs, quite frankly. He doesn't look very put together. I think he's under some stress. But regardless, so just remember this, that they have 31 shots in the Premier League. I'm going to show you a number of hours. I'm doing this so that way you don't see all the good little cookies and surprises I have for the show. Because if I did that now, then all of y'all would leave. Say, I already got my dose of the show. I don't need to stick around and see what Jacob's got in store for us as far as the news goes. But I do got this. Let me go ahead and show it. We are number 1 in the Premier League at this juncture. Isn't it interesting? 101 shots to Man City's 97. And then third place is Brighton at 93 total shots. We have more than 3 times the amount of shots as Chelsea. I just want to say he's magic, you know. I could be shameless. Right? I could be shameless. He's magic, you know. That's great. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second for all of y'all who, you know, I'm going to keep saying what's up in the chat, but I just want to leave that up. Honestly, it cracked me up. I saw this originally and was like, oh, this is cool. We're number 1 in the league right now after 5 matches. We're number 1 and just getting shots off. Pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? The Wild West, you ain't winning the shootout unless you get some shots off. And we are number 1 at that. So I like to see it. Long may it continue. Let me keep saying what's up to the chat. Elvis G in the house. Did not want to stop there. Right before a YouTube chat member says, evening, Jacob and the chat. I think Big Ange is the signing of the summer. Matters is a close second. Now, I mean, if we're talking players, it has to be Maddison. But obviously, yes, if we're including managers. Ange Postecoglou's the signing of the century. I'm going over the top. He is the signing of the season. But for players, for the sake of the argument, I'm saying Maddison. Because there's another tweet that I thought was interesting, a little conversation they're trying to have. But honestly, I feel like the conversation needs to be put to bed. Maybe we can do that here this evening. Big up Ren in the house. Is big up all. Good morning. Good morning, Ren. I hope you have a caffeinated beverage. I actually finished all mine. Before the show, I was drinking out of my Papa Postecoglou cup. You know how I like to live. But big up. Good morning, Ren. Chris Peters in the house. Rich says, even heard one Chelsea fan saying, why didn't we buy Prem proven like Maddison? It's funny. All of a sudden, now everyone wants the Maddisons. Everyone was like, oh, why didn't we get Destiny Udogie? Everyone. It's interesting, right? No one was saying that in the preseason. No, I don't remember hearing nobody say that in the preseason. Ren says, I'm working on a research paper for uni, and you're making it a little easier by keeping me company. Cheers. Big up, Ren. Good luck on the research paper. I do not like that stuff. I did do a little bit of college, but not like a whole bunch of college, just because I'm better off in the real world and not research papers. But good luck. I hope you nail it. Maybe we can distract you while you do that. And you know what they always say, if like you focus too long on one task, sometimes it's good to stand up and meander around and look at other things for a second. So hopefully we can do that. Peter says, big up Jacob, good time for Spurs. Big up Peter M in the house. It is a good time for Spurs. Hopefully it's a good time for you as well, Peter. Rob Ragnarson's in the house as well. Good evening from South Florida. Big up, Rob. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you in the chat again. Woodsy TV says, wish Spurs had an Adidas sponsor for their shirts. Another nice Adidas kit you've got on there, Jacob. Yep, Adidas, they're the king of footy jerseys. Let's just have it right. Footy shirts, kits, whatever you want to call them, caboodles. I don't know what everybody call them around the world, but in America they call them jerseys, or a kit. And you know what, Adidas always making class kits, and I would like us to go to Adidas personally. Jayco says, hello everyone, press the like before coming in. Big up Jayco, appreciate you letting everybody know. Zapur's in the house, says, hey yo, voted for the football, but I do like it all. I'm addicted to Ange ball. Ain't we all? Honestly, I hate that we don't play tomorrow or on Wednesday, not just because it's Champions League, but because we don't get a dose of Ange ball personally. But we'll survive. We'll get there together. We will be there for each other. Oh, I do have a little bit of news. I spoke to the wife about the watch along. Now, I don't want to, jinx myself here, but I think I might be doing the Arsenal watch along like I said. I think I might have to do it. So just stay on the lookout for that. Stay on the lookout for that. It's coming. Peter M. Best thing is a start, but we have to remain cautious just like Ange is. You're right. But Ange Postecoglou gave me permission to take my shirt off and run down the street butt naked, screaming about the 5 results that have been very nice. Let me go ahead and skip ahead in the chat real quick. Moondog with his first super chat of the day. Big up Moondog. Says, North London Derby, we're winning it. My bet will be going... North London Derby, we're winning it. My bet will be going on. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Moondog for the super chat. I think I read that right. You're putting a bet on it. I already put a bet, but it's not a it's more of just like a pride thing with an Arsenal fan. I bet him a chicken sandwich that Tottenham will win. He bet me the same, that Arsenal will win. But you know what? It'll be nice sitting there eating my chicken sandwich. Sitting there eating that chicken sandwich while enjoying that victory. That'll be nice. But I might be doing a watch along for that, so be on the lookout, Moondog. I don't know. I don't do them often, and I don't want to. I don't know. I think I have to do one, right? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But big up Moondog. Appreciate that super chat there. Means a lot to me. You're always in here doing that. It's unnecessary, but it is welcomed unnecessariness. Welcome to necessariness, if that's a word. Bobby K says, big up Jacob and everyone in the chat. Big up Bobby K and 3 Spurs boys. How are you doing? Nige Pure Coys. Big up Jacob and all in the chat. Big up Nige. Is it Nige or Nige? Nige. I'm saying Nige. Chris says, are you morphing into a young Luka Modric with the mustache? Hey, that's the freedom stash, baby. Don't worry about that now. Some people may say it's a little pepper sprinkle, but yeah, I call it the freedom stash. Spurs talk show. Big up Sean is in the house. Good evening to you, Sean. Hope you're living well. Good luck. Says going to bed to listen to your mellifluous tones. He's hit me with a word that I don't even know what it means, but I'm assuming it's a great thing because he's here and he's listening. So big up Spurs Talk Show. Big up Sean. Hope you have a good evening. Hope you've had a great day. And you know what? We'll all be looking forward to tomorrow when you drop your new video. So I always wonder what your subject matter is going to be. Is it going to be shameless, or is it going to be? Am I going to steal it and talk about it later? I don't know. I know I'm not the only one, Sean, waiting for you to drop that. So then we can make some content about your content. Arsenal fans celebrate each win like they won the World Cup, says Chris Peters. Were we going over the top a little bit? I don't know. Last minute game winner. I was going pretty crazy. I cannot lie. Big up Bill in the house. Says big up Jacob, my man. Big up Cal L Agent, another YouTube chat member in the house. Big up Cal. Hope you and the chat are good as always. Great timing for the stream yet again. Keeping up with this while going for the collectibles in the newest Star Wars game. Go ahead and get them collectibles. Pick them up. I heard the new Star Wars game was nice. Also heard the same thing about the new Harry Potter the Harry Potter game. Can't speak. Adrian Schroka, good evening. Adrian in the house as well. 31 shots. Yes, they are crap, but not wholly. Chris Peters, Chelsea, Poch, epic fail. Love to see it. What Chelsea does to him. Cursor's in the house. Big up. He's here. He says, keep Chelsea's name out your damn mouth. And the Will Smith voice, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Is what Cursor said. Like, secure. Big up, Jacob. Big up, Cursor. Appreciate you being here. Bro, I got a hug for you. Come here. Cursor, I got a hug for you. Here you go. There you go. I just want to give you a hug. I know things are tough right now for you. But know that I appreciate you. I think you're a good guy. While it's funny for me to laugh at Chelsea, sorry that you're having a hard time with it. Did anyone see the 442 Tunes video they put up today? No, I did not. Poch needs a hug. Poch needs some milk. Hang on. Are we saying what I think we're saying? That Pochettino needs some milk? He might need some milk. I mean, look at the guy. Let me go ahead and put his picture up real quick. There he is. What are we saying? Chris Peters says he needs a hug. I think he needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. Big up, Chris Peters. Yep, Rich. Yep, Poch needs some milk. One more time, just because it's Poch.
He needs some milk.
Oh, he needs some milk indeed. That was the last one, I promise. Unless y'all hit me with the milk. Hit me with the milk in the chat, and I'll just keep pulling up this photo of Pochettino. Speaking of photos, and this is the complete opposite vibe of photos, but I saw this photo on the Twitter, and I love it. And I there's so many layers to this photo. I know I'm getting a little off track here, so let me hide that. That's very distracting. There's a few things I want to talk about that photo. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Let me catch up in the chat before I keep going on. Hang on. Where was I? Damn, y'all killing me now. Y'all blowing it up. 60 y'all in the chat. Big up, everybody. Mia says, big up. I'll be back in the AM for me to watch. Thought I'd say hello. Big up, Mia and Spurs Between the Lines. Good morning if you were watching this back on playback. There's a photo of Romero and Ainge I will be putting up that I will be curious to see what you say about. Made me feel all type of feelings. Nice says, Poch taking down Chelsea from the inside. What a lad. Agent Poch in the house. We will win the Premier League this season, says James Y. Paratrooper. We will win the Premier League this season, says James Paratrooper. He's dropping in from the skies with the boldest of predictions. Says ANGE POSTECOGLOU is a genius. Great coach, great man, cult hero, and great philosopher. I am a new member of the cult of Postecoglou. I mean, that's a great name for a cult, first and foremost. I don't know if we're going to win the league, my friend, but I love the enthusiasm. If we beat Arsenal, if we get 3 points, Arsenal, we get 3 points versus Liverpool, and then, I mean, who's going to stop us? Who's going to stop us? Don't tell me City neither. I'm not trying to get swept away in the emotions of it all. Would be fantastic to see. Chelsea blue and blue. Blame the owners. Poch isn't managing anything. But yeah, enjoy the Tottenham games. I get it. You guys don't win anything. Your trophy cabinet is as clear as Hollow Man. Chelsea, the biggest club in London for 20 years now, says Chelsea blue and blue. But John G in the house says Chelsea will be lucky to get 1 point after the next 8 games. I love it. I love the banter. Hansi G, 6:45 a.m. Loving the show. Big up, Good morning. Good morning, Hansi. Maybe I should tone it down a little bit. Y'all just waking up. Ren says, went back to school at 37, had my babies, and now do something I'm interested in. There you go. It's never too late to be the person you always wanted to be and do the things you always wanted to do. I'm 32, about to be 33, and maybe I'll go back to school. I don't know. I did say I wanted to be like a PE teacher for my kids in their school one day. I might do that one day, maybe. Spurs' new sponsor will be Skechers. Do not. No, sir. Roman would have never sold Chelsea to Americans. The government effed us. I don't know much about all that because I had to do a war and stuff. Big up Moondog for the super chat. Jaco says, I don't like to kick a man when he's down, but $1 billion wasted. Is that how much they spent? Did it actually come out to $1 billion? Big up Joe Hong. How you doing? Hope you're well. Austin FC got a decent jersey. This was their inaugural home kit, like their first one that they released. They have a new one now, but this was their first one that they ever released. I loved it a lot. Do it. I think you're saying do it in regards to the watch along. It's pronounced Derby, not Derby. The London Derby. Evening, buddy, and all in the chat. Big up, Patty Hartnett. How are you doing? Ozon says, big up, Chewy, by the way. You hear that, Chewy? You're getting some love. He's licking himself. I'll just go ahead and put my arm right there and cover that. Chewy, not during the show, man. Come on. Have some poise. Big up everyone in the chat. Says, Kate. Big up, Kate. It's like a mix of Freddie Mercury / handlebar mustache. It's the freedom stash, baby. You can't hold it back, but you can handlebar it. You know what I'm saying? Morning, Kate. I went to sleep last night listening to you on the Chill live stream. Oh, very nice. Cursor says, Jacob, send me a bottle of that Sex Panther fragrance. It's not illegal in the UK. I don't know what you're talking about, Cursor. What are you saying? I stinky? You saying I smell bad? No, I got deodorant on. I smell all right today. Surprised. Oh, you're talking to Kate there. Milton says Podge needs some milk. All right. Per request, here you go.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk indeed. That photo is so sensual. Okay, are we going to talk about it? Look at this Podge photo. I just want to make sure that we got enough of that. The photo was almost as bad as the Spanish guy's photo from the women's team. I don't know what that all was about. The double is on, says Milton. I love it. Podge was given all these players and was told to sort it out. He probably doesn't want half of them, says Jake Kismet. Interesting. I mean, just because he didn't want these players or not doesn't mean Jackson taking that shot, Sterling doing all the things. He only had one good moment, which was a free kick, and it hit the bar. He got kind of unlucky, but man, they're all ass cheeks, honestly. Ian Satwick says, big up, Jacob. No reason we can't be in a title race. Never say never. Okay, Ian Satwick talking to me nicely on a Monday afternoon. Big up. Peter M says Podge has an impossible job. He got a squad full of talent that he did not assemble, which doesn't work together. Literally has to force square pegs into round holes, but that's his job now, says Peter M. Yeah, man. He walked in, he accepted that paycheck. He signed on the dotted line. Same thing I said to Harry Kane. Sir, you signed on that dotted line. Why are you complaining now? Big up beer talk in the house. Woodsy says, don't worry, guys. Chelsea are definitely going to win the 2028 Prem, all for the future. 8-year FC, is that what they're called nowadays? Something like that. Let's see here. Big beer talk. I think I already said that. Sex Panther's a fragrance. Yeah, I remember. I know the reference, but didn't they say it smelled like burnt hair? Or Will Ferrell, I remember he said about that fragrance. He said, it smells like a turd wrapped in burnt hair. So that can't be a good smell. David Calvino, evening everyone. Big up, David. How you doing? Let's see here. Let's just go in order. So I saw this, thought it was nice. Sonny and Eze at the Burberry Summer Fashion Show. And if we're going to read a little too much into things, does this mean Eze's coming in January? Are we getting Eze in January? Is that what we're doing here? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, Burberry looks nice. I don't like this red thing that Eze's wearing, but Sonny looks pretty good. Not gonna lie. There's another thing that I have on that whole Burberry thing. But ESPN UK tweeted, only room for one of these midfielders in your team. Who are you taking? Odegaard or James Maddison? So I'm going to ask y'all in the chat. There's only one that you can take. Martin Odegaard or James Maddison. Who you taking and why? Please tell me why. If you say James Maddison, I pretty much know why. Don't worry. I ain't gotta read too far into it to see why you chose James Maddison, because it's obvious why you choose James Maddison. Come on. It's absolutely obvious. Let's see, the chat's going. Matters all day long. Matters. Maddison. What a question. Maddison. Matters. Maddie's, of course. Matters all day long. Much more creative, says Kate. Maddison all day long. Jacob, you're asking a Spurs channel. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But, yeah, maybe I should ask this on one of the bigger channels. I don't know. There was a reply to this, though, that was pretty interesting. Rich, there's a reply to this that was pretty interesting. Bobby K says Maddison. Peter didn't like either of the outfits. So you've liked wearing jeans and shirt. Hey, no one can knock on that fashion. That's very nice. Chat's still busting up here. Maddison's lovely. That's great for the team. Yeah, Maddison's great. Maddison, but Odegaard is a better goal scorer. To be fair, Maddison's is a better creator. I got a reply that might not change some of y'all's mind, because obviously all of y'all are saying Maddison. Maddison English tax, says Chelsea. Maddison's gonna kick his butt, says Chris Peters. Maddison is a Ferrari and Odegaard is a Camry. I like that, Milton. Big up, Milton. As a LFC fan, he chose Odegaard. All right, here we go, Jake Kisman. Let me show you this. This is the next thing I want to say for it. So, in 5 more appearances. So, this is all seasons for Martin Odegaard, and this is the seasons since Odegaard has been in the Premier League for James Maddison. He has 5 more appearances, 5 more goals, and 9 more assists. So, in 5 more appearances, has 14 more goal contributions in 5 more appearances than Odegaard. So, to those of you saying he's not as good of a goal scorer, I don't know. Jake Kismat. What are you doing? We talking me nicely now. Tell me now. I mean, the numbers don't lie. James Maddison's absolutely a beast. Maddison is absolutely a beast. Bobby says, bias off. Odegaard took a season to settle in and play a part. Maddison came in and has had a massive impact immediately. Look, not to take anything away from Martin Odegaard. It's Derby week, so I have to be childish. He's a great footballer. I've seen some great goals from him. I've seen him link up some play very well for Arsenal. So not to take anything away from him realistically, but like James Maddison, he's done it. I mean, this is, look at the numbers. The same amount of seasons in the Premier League that are being compared. 5 more games, 14 more goal contributions. I know who I'm taking. What a silly question from ESPN UK. Daniel E says Odegaard can't talk to Maddison. Matters has done it constantly in this league for 5 years. Odegaard 2 seasons. He's been good. That's it. Big up, Daniel. Jim is snoring his head off here. Good. Let the man sleep. Big up, Jim. Rest up like a king. Jaco says it will be a battle of midfielders. I'm certain we will control the middle. David Calvino, evening special K. Where are you, Toronto? Yes, he's in Toronto. Dry Roast Peanut, the next game will decide it for me. Decide what? What is it going to decide for you, Peanut, if you're going to choose Maddison or Odegaard? Would you take Kubo at Tottenham? I think he's a little baller. That Celtic kid that I've been seeing all these highlights for on Twitter. Wow, there's me contradicted immensely. No, I mean, it has to include Leicester. I mean, if we look at it realistically, I think you have to compare the same amount of, like, since Odegaard's been in the league versus since, to compare their numbers. I feel like that is the most fair way to do it, because it would be heavily skewed if we chose Maddison's all seasons in the Premier League, because he has been in the league longer. So let's just look at I like that this is just looking at since Odegaard has been in the league, because that's fair. That doesn't skew the numbers like to be heavily favored in our. And this just shows that in 5 more appearances, 14 more goal contributions. I know who I am taking. Maddison is just going to get better. I agree. Ibarra is in the house. Big up, Jacob. Big up, Ibarra. Hope you're well tonight. or today, wherever you may be. Ugodi will score a worldie against the Gooners, says James. He's due. I predicted him to score against. The Sheffield United, but I was wrong. I was very wrong in my prediction for that game, except for the fact that we won, which I predicted a win. But I thought we'd dominate more. But Spurs GCTV says Matters will start to get even better now that he's at Spurs. Peter, I reckon the North London Derby is going to be a tight match. We're going to win. We are going in with a good vibe. Last time we won at Emirates was November 2011. I thought it was 2010. I thought it was 2010 the last time that we won at Emirates. Silly question from ESPN UK, but I bet most of the votes are for Odegaard. Let's see. Let's see what some of the replies said. Egal says James Maddison to teams got relegated last season. Now that he's at Tottenham, he's all of a sudden being compared to Martin Odegaard. Disrespect is crazy. That's hilarious. That's a hilarious take right there. This is hilarious. Maddison. And someone pulled up these same stats. Maddison. Matters. Look, I'll zoom in a little bit so y'all can read that. They want to compare Odegaard with Maddison now because Spurs saved him from playing in the championship. So, yeah. Look at this. Not surprised. Not surprised to see some of these replies, y'all. Let them keep sleeping. Look at this. What are these guys smoking at ESPN? Don't you ever compare Odegaard with Maddison. Matters is an average player just like his club, Spurs. Please tell me someone... Thank you. Let me go like this. Soldier for the people. Yeah, look at that. Shut the fuck up. What is this guy waffling about? Just sucking dick because it's Arsenal. Bro, chill out. Just realize, people that are getting offended that they're comparing the two, it's absolutely hilarious. I didn't even look at these replies. This is hilarious. A lot of Odegaard. I cannot believe this. I'm actually kind of stunned right now, y'all. How could people be saying that? Oh, look, he's a good player, man. I'm not trying to say he's not, but damn, they blowing smoke up this man like that. That is insane to me. That's crazy. Oh shoot, wrong one. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. I was born in the same city as Maddison as well. Jay, and you chose Odegaard. Come on now. Kubo from Real Sociedad is a baller. Oh, Real Sociedad. Okay. I know who y'all talking about. Maddison versus Odegaard. The next game will decide it for me. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, that's fair. That is fair. Absolutely fair, Dry Rose Peanut. You want to say next game will decide it for you? Okay. Okay, because if things go the way that I'm assuming they're going to go, the way that I predict them to go, and Dry Rose Peanut, there will be no doubt in your mind this time next week. Come on now. Talk to me nicely. James says if Solomon could finish, he could be world class. There's more that he's got to do than that. Woodsy TV says Ali thought Jose Mourinho might have stat padded that. Or James Maddison. I thought Jay had meant Jose Mourinho. I thought James Maddison had stat padded that with a lot of pins, but he scored only one in that period, says Woodsy. There you go, Woodsy. Come on, talk to me nicely. Van de Veen scored the winner in the 88th minute, 2-1, says Milton. What a prediction. Steady as Shark. We would have dominated Sheffield if the ref didn't protect him. Yeah, that ref was absolutely atrocious. Seen some great videos highlighting his inefficiencies. Koopa's a great player, but I don't think we need any more midfielders for the time being. That's a great shout. Caveman says, can you give me some Ugodi stats? He's like a guy that isn't being talked about enough by pundits. He's very much in the background, but also does so much work that's lethal. He is a secret weapon, Caveman. That's ego. That's hilarious. These guys got offended though. These guys got offended. This is hilarious. This is hilarious to me. Absolutely love Destiny Ugodi. He's phenomenal. He's why I watched Udinese's last season, and I loved everything I saw. And all the questions I had for him, he's been answering, and not only answering, but also telling me to shut the fuck up. So I appreciate that. in a man who could tell me to, hey, no more questions, sir. I will never disrespect you. What is that? That Shaquille O'Neal meme? That Shaquille O'Neal meme is like, I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't familiar with your game. Well, everyone's getting familiar with his game now, caveman. The thing is, I hope they don't talk about him because I don't want pundits to be talking about him because the sooner they do that, the sooner Real Madrid comes snatch him up from us. Do you really want him to go to a bigger club after we've just gotten the taste? Honestly, I'm scared we're not going to be able to hang on to Destiny Ugotti for that long. I'm afraid the Real Madrid's going to come knocking, throwing a big buck at him because he's the future. He is the future of a left back position. That kid is absolutely wonderful. Louis Sherman, big up, says, hi, all love from Minnesota. Even though Texas took our ice hockey team away, y'all are all right. Spurs love wins. Big up, Luis. And shout out to Dallas Stars. I've enjoyed the Dallas Stars, but yeah, I did hear that they got taken from Minnesota. But much love to all the American supporters out there. It takes a lot of dedication to be an American or an international Spurs supporter. You know what I mean? You wake up at all obscene hours, like people in Australia, people in the U.S. We wake up at all type hours to go ahead and watch our Tottenham play. So it takes a lot of commitment. Hansi G says Basuma. I like that. It's actually nice to see Tottenham fans happy for once, even though they haven't won anything. But it's nice to enjoy your moment. I can't be mad at that. It's not something you're used to, so I get it. Cursor, we're acting off cuff, and you know what? Let us. Exactly. Just let us have our fun, man. We know that at some point it's gonna stop. We're gonna lose. Things will be different. But at this moment, Cursor, we're just, hey, let us have a little dance party. Come on, we're having some fun. Caveman, in regards to Maddison and Odegaard, says both are great. One is a rally car and one is an F1 car. Both have specializations for the course they're on. That said, Maddie's is clear. Big up, Caveman. This isn't because we're biased at all. Don't worry. Not surprised. ESPN UK are. Yes, they are. Honestly, ESPN in America is very Arsenal and United heavy because they know that a lot of people tune in from those factions. But honestly, I hate them all. All them pundits, they all have something against Spurs. You want to know why? Because they ain't been talking to us nicely, but they will be soon. Don't worry. Elvis G says, English players aren't always given the respect they deserve. If Matters was called Gabriel Frutini, I bet he would get more credit. Maybe. Maybe he needs one of them slashes through the O's in Maddison, and then people will put some respect on his name. Peter, I've just looked it up, and indeed the last time we won at Emirates was November 20th, 2010, with a score of 2-3 when we came back from 2 down with goals from Bale, Van der Vaart, and Kabul. Big up, Peter, and for looking it up. Honestly, I'm saying it's going to be 3-2 again, baby, but it's going to be goals from Son, Van de Veen, and Kulusevski. I was just going with, I don't know what told me that, but your comment makes me feel that way. Big up the 86 of y'all in the house. Hit that like if you don't mind. Partake in the poll. Let me know where you're at as a Tottenham Hotspur fan, or even as a rival fan. You can still partake in the poll and let me know how you feel. I see 74 votes. I see 62 likes. We're just here on 40 minutes on the show. So big up everybody who has hit that like, all 63s of you, and big up to the 74 of you who've let your voice be heard in the poll. And right now, 39% is winning with the football we're playing is Spurs, and that is their favorite part of Ange Postecoglou's era. And another 35% in second place is the Immaculate Vibes, also known as Everything, because honestly, it's just a lot to love right now. Keep Ugotti in North 17. I know, we need it. What lone player are you keeping up with this year? I got Dane Scarlett and Alfie Devine giving me updates. Who else do I have getting updates on? That's really it, because that's the only ones. All the other lone players, I really don't care how they perform, personally. Like, I don't care. Oh, well, I do want to say, shout out Jed Spence. I know he hurt his knee in training. That sucks. But I just like to watch leads whenever I can. So I was keeping up with Jed Spence and Joe Roden, but now Jed Spence is hurt, so that sucks. Ugotti will be great for the next World Cup for Italy. Hopefully he'll get picked. I hope he doesn't. I hope he stays and just focusing on Tottenham. But you know, they'll be fools not to pick him. Come on. Big up, Jake. This year under Ainge tutelage, Matters is a better player, but the morons can think he's Texas Ted, not Texas T. I would say not even just under Ainge Postecoglou's tutelage, because if you look at his stats this year, what is it? 1 or 2 goals and 2 assists, 3 assists, something like that. I don't have his numbers right in front of me. Actually, I do. Let me hang on. Let me pull them up. 2 goals and 2 assists. So he would have 28 and 20. That wasn't, and all the rest of that was not an underage Postecoglou Howie. So honestly, but if Ainge is the deciding factor in your opinion to make Maddison the better player, I support it as well, because Maddison is just so damn good. I want to look at a couple things here. I'll go ahead and share this tab instead. This is James Maddison on the season. Look right above my head. These are the 5 Premier League matches right here. Look at that. The worst performance he had was against Manchester United. And he played all 90 minutes. It's probably because he got a yellow card or something. Let's see. Did he get a yellow card? I don't see anything. No, he didn't have any fouls. But look right above my head. You know what? On a separate tab, I'm going to pull up Odegaard. Let's just compare how they've been doing this season. So statistically, let me go ahead and see if I can zoom this in and make that any clearer for y'all. Well, okay, so I'll just read it. So there's not just a bunch of dead space. Sorry about that. Brentford 8.2, 7.6, 8.3, 8.2, 8.2 for James Maddison. Now I go over here and look at Martin Odegaard. 7.3, 7.4, 7.7, 7.5, 7.2. So statistically speaking, James Maddison's having the better year. Statistically speaking, so far. Again, look right above my head. This is Martin Odegaard. Not bad at all. These are great performances. These turning out pretty good, solid performances here in these 5 matches above my head. But again, now look at James Maddison. Look how light green those are, and now look how dark green them are. I'm just saying, under Ainge, you're right, Howie. He has been the better player. It's right there, clear as day. Clear as day. It'll be a fun topic of discussion. I wish the Prem would allow players to fight like that. Would be absolutely sick. I would love it. The purists might not like it, but I'd love it. After Ainge, Spurs will be the biggest club. No one will leave when we're the best, says Dub Shaman. Big up, Dub Shaman. Hope you're keeping well. Derek Smith's in the house. Good evening, Jacob. I'm late for the parade. Don't worry, you're never too late. I see you, Goody and Biz, in Madrid in the distant future. Chris, don't say that. Don't materialize it. Don't will it into existence. Please, my friend, do not do that. When you start losing, make sure you have a Coke and smile. All right, Cursor. I will. Make sure you have one right now, too, because you're not... Well, I guess you didn't lose yesterday, but you didn't win. It kind of looked like a loss. It was a very, very boring game. James, I noticed that Ugodi seemed shy during goal celebration, but after Kulu's game winner, Ugodi was going wild. Love it. I think he's been showing passion from the jump since the season started. Now, there was an interesting little thing. I thought he looked a little miserable to be here during the summer. Whenever they were first doing training sessions, I was like, man, I haven't seen Destiny smile at all. And then it was not until the first match that I actually saw him smiling. Or I think it was like one of the trainings right before the first match, something like that. Big up Side Dancers in the house. Arsenal had one decent season. Now they think they're prime Barcelona. ESPN caters to plastic fans, says Beer Talk. Man, ESPN's really washed. Real Madrid trajectory is down. Spurs trajectory is up. I honestly believe our club will be amongst a few elite clubs in not only Europe, but in world football. Derek Smith, I hope you're right. I guess maybe I'm more apathetic about it than your hopes are, but I hope you're right, Derek. I do hope you were right, my friend. James Maddison. Yeah, maybe they'd love him then. Van der Vaart's ex does Love Island Germany now. Oh, wow. Didn't know that. Very interesting. There's so many Love Islands. It took Arteta 8 years to make UCL. We already did that. He's been there 8 years? Holy shit. That's a long time. And they still butt cheeks. They suck, man. I don't care what no one says. Roden was man of the match at the weekend, I believe. I didn't actually catch this weekend. Honestly, the Sheffield match took up all my energy and thoughts. Why did Tottenham let Steven Bergwijn go? I always thought he was decent. Yeah, he's decent. He didn't really want to be here. He didn't like Antonio Conte. He didn't buy into the system. He wanted to be the number one guy, is how I interpreted the way he was. So Ajax came in, put a bid, and we were saying, all right, you don't want to be here, go ahead and go. Would you take Steven Bergwijn back? It's interesting you asked this, Cursor, because I was having this conversation the other day with a Spurs fan. I was like, man, for some reason, something tells me ANGE POSTECOGLOU that he would absolutely cook with Steven Bergwijn, just because the kind of guy he is. I mean, he did have previously the latest comeback in history, but you know what? I kind of like it. Exactly my point, Howie. Yep, I proved your point live on air, and I appreciate you, Howie. Big up. He was good. He would have fit perfectly into Ange's system, says Chris Peters. Yeah, Bergwijn, he's got pace and power, man. Those are two things you need to be successful in this league, in my opinion. He's got both of them. Having enough money for Maddison and Vicario, but buying Mason Mount. Oh, my goodness. Don't remind him. Don't remind him. Ginola was my favorite player at Tottenham, says Cursor. He was a lot of people's favorites. Big up Leo. Mile High Hotspur says, why would they leave to Madrid if they're going to win everything with us? I love it, Mile High. You're feeling the love. You're feeling the vibes. I like it. Long may it continue. I'm not worried about losing great players because we will always buy new great players. Are we destroyed by Kane's departure? No. Come on, you Spurs. Big up. Come on, you Spurs. Good point there. But personally, Ugodi, he's so young that there's just so much more juice in that lemon I want to squeeze out of it before I see it go anywhere, personally. And also, like Gareth Bale, Luka Modric, it's just like PTSD that these players are going to go to Real Madrid and now Bayern Munich. But I don't care anymore. I don't know. I don't even know who Kane is. Big up, everyone, says Gio Rea. Big up, Gio Rea in the house. Got another couple things I want to talk to y'all about. I think we did exhaust that conversation there a little bit on the Martin Odegaard versus James Maddison. Y'all know where I stand, obviously. Let's see here. I got some Levy quotes. Do we even want to talk about these Levy quotes? Because I kind of don't want to. They had the FAB meeting, as y'all know. There was Daniel Levy. He said yada yada, football yada yada, club and yada yada, keep driving. So the club is self-sustaining, competing the most. Does anyone care about this damn news? Look, it looks boring as hell. I was just telling Ren earlier, I don't like research papers, and this fucking tweet is like a research paper of quotes. Do we even care? Do we want to hear? I don't really feel like doing it, if I'm honest. But the last part there, dare or dream, dare, do together. There you go. Isn't that nice? It's all PR talk. Yeah, it's just a bunch of fluff and a yada yada. It's like the politicians just always yada yada, talking this, talking that. Like, the club is doing everything possible to maximize revenue to go back into the first team. Oh, is it? N17, it's more than just a place. It's where we dare. It's where we do. Didn't you try and move us away from N17, sir? But he's saying it's more than just a place. It's where we dare. It's where we do. It's where we dare to move the club out of. It's where we do try to move the club away from. All of us, all as one. It's our home. It's our history. What the hell's going on? Jacob, don't kill the mood. Don't talk about Levy. Yeah, I know. This is just one of the things I had starred. And you know me, I just want to share what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, and talk about it. But Jesus Christ, I barely even read 2 sentences of the quote, and I already feel like not good inside. Chris says this has Colin all over it. Could Levy be the worst guy to have at the pub? He'd bore everyone to death. Definitely the last one to buy around. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're hanging out with a bunch of financial people, you might be all right. But, like, if I'm hanging out at a sports bar, hell no, I don't want to hang out with this guy. Total freaking wet blanket. Beer talk. I mean, Levy basically kissed hands and shook babies. Yep, that's basically what this whole quote is. This is basically what Levy, Glazers, Clear Lake, Todd Bowley, and Egg Ball all in the mud. Won't ever trust a word that comes out of his mouth, says Cal. Chris Peters says, those statements scream gentrification. The viewers are leaving. Y'all are leaving because I put this Levy up. Leaving for Levy. So I'm not going to talk about it too much longer. But yeah, there's a fan advisory board meeting. It kind of seemed boring. What the fuck? See, like, what is this? He's just talking. He's literally just talking out his mouth. Like, he's just talking. That's a tough one to read. Well, here we go. This is a little bit more fun. So, Youngman's son on the season so far in the Spurs squad says, quote, and this is Son, says, we are still on the way. Obviously, big games, especially like Saturday, makes it much more tighter and closer as a group. But I think obviously you can't compare to the real family we are getting, really. Really tight in the changing rooms. Everyone is working for each other. Everyone is running for each other. Everyone is fighting for each other. If someone comes off and you give a handoff and everyone is happy to do that, that makes us really strong as a team and as a group. We're getting really close. We hope we can be even more tighter than this. I have good players and also have amazing people around me. It makes my job really, really easy for me. I don't try to be harder or difficult in a different way. I just want to be a good example by my actions. I'm not the guy who was always talking and leading by words. I try to be a good example to everybody, but having this group of players is making my job really, really easy. Now, he said that twice, that these players are making his job as the captain much easier. Or very, very easy. Verbatim. Really, really easy. Yeah, look, he even acknowledges the thing that people were criticizing him about, that I am not always the guy who is talking and leading by words. But honestly, I've seen him on every match being very vocal on the pitch with all the players around him. So honestly, I think he's being a little humble here, if I'm honest. I think he's being a little bit humble by saying that. A little bit more on Son. Here's him and Saka at the, what's it called? Burberry SS24. Well, I don't know what the fuck SS24 stands for, but I just want to look at their body language here for a second. Son's kind of scooting away from him, like, back your ass up off me. North London Derby's next weekend. Bukayo Saka's buttoning up his neck. It might be warm in there. I don't know. I just feel like if I was wearing one of these coats, I'd be fucking sweating. I don't know about you, but I'd be fucking sweating. This chairman, this bard, is unacceptable. Jacob, your thoughts on Manu and Sancho? There's more to it than what's been let out, right? It looks like Manchester United's locker room's turning on him. If I'm honest, it looks like, bro, how long has he been there? And y'all don't even have, like, what kind of style do y'all play? I don't even know. But look at this. So, Son's there. Saka's there. Son scoots away. To me, look, he's smiling. Look at Son. He's calm, cool, collected. Look at his face. Calm, cool, collected. Saka looks a little nervous. Maybe it's his first fashion event. He's like, who's there? Who's watching me? Who can see me? Button up the neck a little bit. He looks a little uncomfortable. Just a little uncomfortable. You know, don't look uncomfortable. Sonny look nice. I mean, look at his face. Smiling, relaxing. That's nice to see. Nice to see your captain out there looking like he's holding it in. Come on. And then also, look, Davinson Sanchez, very happy for Richarlison here. This is my cute pigeon. Look at that, with the heart eyes for Richarlison. Everyone's happy for Richarlison. He don't even play for Tottenham anymore, and he's happy for Richarlison. Son Goaty. Levy's going to milk the Ainge factor for all it's worth. He wasn't going to public with Nuno Spiritual Sandbox. I have not heard that nickname. That's hilarious. Big up Future Music. Says, hey, Jacob and chat, look at Levy. He's clearly from outer space. Daniel Levy's like the villain at the end of a Scooby-Doo, but it was obvious all along. Yes, when they try to pull his mask off and it's just his face. Leaders are not born, they're made. Says Rich. There you go. Saka can't even lace Son's boots. I hate that phrase. I hate that phrase so much. Because, like, literally they could. Tying shoes aren't that fucking hard. So he could literally lace his boots. And so it's just funny when people use that to bash another. You couldn't lace his boots. Literally I could. And I never played professionally. Anywho. Sancho looking for his Don Quixote. Potentially. Why'd he got to go to Holland to find him? He's not even Dutch. That's an international scoot for sure. Oh, yeah. Saka farted. Is that what happened? Did he toot a little bit? He could smell it. A little very tart. Looked like something sour in his mouth. They're filming Romeo Must Die 2. It's just promo work. What an uncomfortable situation for both of them. That's a good point, Leo. Like, bro, they play this weekend. Burberry's probably just like, we got two of these footballers, just sit them next to each other. But I mean, obviously they're professionals. They're not going to be like going at each other like his name was Logan Paul or something. Big up Chris Peters. Says brew. Oh yeah, that's thank for Richarlison. Yeah, there you go. I also had that start about Jed Spence. Yeah. Oh, this next thing. This next conversation. This is the last thing I think it was the last thing I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to end off with it because it's a little bit of a conversation starter, so to speak. But obviously I want to say well wishes to Jed Spence. Picked up a knee injury in training. Following scans, he has damaged his lateral collateral ligament. Say that 10 times fast. So he's gonna miss about 8-9 weeks. So poor kid can't get a break. The next thing I wanted to really talk to y'all about and see if Harry Kane had stayed. If Harry Kane stayed, we're almost here on the hour mark. So hit that like if you're here. Come on, y'all. Hit that like up. Partake in the poll or hit the dislike or whatever. Just do whatever you want. 92 votes, 72 likes. 20 people didn't like the video but hitting the poll answer. Come on. What are we doing? But if Harry Kane stayed, what are we saying? With our 101 shots, would we have 120 shots because Harry Kane just takes that many more shots? Or we better off without him? Because this has become a discourse going on all over. Check the video. Someone is monitoring them to spread out. Hang on. Pause this conversation for y'all. Tell me what y'all think while I go check this video real quick. Oh, yeah, you're right. This lady is kind of saying, can you scoot over a little bit? I mean, I guess if these blue hands right here, look, maybe that's what you're talking about right here, these blue hands. Or blue sleeves. They're not blue hands. They're hands with a blue sleeve. Anywho. But Harry Kane. Look at that. What do y'all think? I don't know. I kind of think like he's so good. He's such a good damn player. But do you think that him and James Maddison will be occupying some of the same areas and be getting in each other's way a lot? Because that's what I kind of think. We saw that in the preseason. I mean, obviously, I feel like James Maddison's smart enough. Harry Kane's smart enough to where they could have worked it out between the two of them. But honestly, it's hard to say that I would change much of what we've got going on right now because we're doing so damn good and we didn't have to play around Kane. But then I think about Harry Kane's quality. So I'm really torn on this. And like, I know I don't want to sit here and talk about Harry Kane and et cetera, but rather than talking about the man's married life and his wife staying in England while he sorts himself out in Germany, this made me think because I really feel torn on it. And a lot of times I'll read shit like this and be like, oh, that's silly. Let's just keep moving. But this is not the only person on Twitter that is posing the thought, the idea. I've heard it talked about on big channels on YouTube today. So this is actually a much point of discussion amongst people. So I really just wanted to see the vibes here at United Spurs of America. What are we saying as a collective, y'all? Is this just silly hogwash? Should we even talk about it? Chris says, not again. Yeah, I know what it means, Uppour. I just don't like it personally. I just think it's a silly saying. But hey, people don't like certain sayings. It's all good. Dreadful Burberry clothes. Were they going on the catwalk dressed in them? I think so. Probably shooting some promos. Lateral Collateral is a great name for a rap album. Absolutely. Wow. Really missing the ball there. Rap albums, get on it. Press the like if you don't miss Kane, says Jay Kisman. Come on, listen to the Liverpool fan. Hit that like if you don't like Kane. If you don't miss Kane. But do y'all think we'd be firing like on a different level with Harry Kane? That's got to be Kane. Vince McMahon voice. Son is going to be Tottenham Hotspur's ambassador for life. He's our very own Beckham, on and off the pitch, Goodwill Samaritan runway model. Couldn't have wished for a more likable and popular national and club captain. Big up, Chang, in the house. Always supporting on Twitter, hollering at me. Big up, hope you're well. Son is him. Son is that guy. And I agree with you. Couldn't have wished for a more likable and popular club captain. I love me some Youngman Son. I did love that quote that he spoke about, that I was speaking about earlier, in regards to him, how he thinks how he's performed as a captain thus far. I do like that a lot. Peter M says, we would be better off with Kane, but without him, we are not damned. Is there anything more to say? Interesting. So you do feel like we would be better off with Kane playing in this style of system. I don't know, though, because I kind of feel like, nah, Kane's too good. You're kind of right. If Kane had stayed, not worth anyone's time talking about, says Derek Smith. If Kane stays, either he takes up Maddison's spaces or we win the league. So that's two extremes right there, Dry Rose Peanut. And you know what? This is why I felt like I did want to kind of bring it up a little bit, because this is, I don't know, man. I know I just like to play what ifs, obviously. Don't want to look too far ahead into the future. I kind of want to just keep things at now. But it's always, as a human, it's natural to look back and be like, what if this had stayed in my life? What if I had continued down this route? Where would I be? What would things look like? And I think it's a fair thought process that some of us as fans might have, where we say, look, if we had Harry Kane, X, Y, and Z, I mean, those first three matches, could you imagine if we had Harry Kane instead of Richarlison, what we might have been doing differently? And I mean, we have the most shots in the league, 101 to City's 96 or 97. I don't know, but see, do we even need Harry Kane in this system? Because James Maddison's doing the Harry Kane dropping deep, like creating. James Maddison's doing that, but could he have taken Kane to the next level? I've seen on Twitter someone say Harry Kane would have 50 goals this season for this Tottenham Hotspur, based on the fact that we have 101 shots, which is the number one in the league right now. So, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought process. I like interesting thought process, things that make me think, that I'm like, man, I don't really know how I feel about this. Because a part of me is like, Harry Kane's just a world-class striker. Of course you're better off with him. Like, it's a silly, stupid question, right? But at the same time, I don't know. We look all right, and we ain't got no Harry Kane. We look like we're doing all right. Excuse me there. A little burp. Didn't want y'all to hear that. Hansi G, Kane's left. Who cares? It's over and done. It's a new generation. Look, you're perfectly fine feeling that way. But what if, Hansi G? What if? Jake Isman, here's a Rivals fan perspective, says Kane used to drop deep to get the ball. So yes, he would have been stepping on motherfuckers' toes, or midfielders' toes, you might be saying. Yeah, but again, we saw that all preseason. They were occupying similar areas, getting in each other's way. But same thing with James Maddison and Heung-min Son in the preseason. So I have no doubt that they would have been able to figure it out together. They play together on the national team, but I mean, Southgate ball sucks, so we can't really base too much off that. With Kane, you had one target. Without Kane, we have many targets and teamwork. This is a great point, Chris, because in the side, if we're putting jelly beans on a scale, like in Boy Meets World, right? You're putting jelly beans on the scale of if he had stayed, does this make it a better thing? Or if he's gone now, does it make it a better thing? A caveat to that, Chris, what you're saying is something that I agree with, We're scoring goals from team play rather than individual brilliance. So that lends me to believe that we don't even need Kane, because Kane isn't individual brilliance. There's times in matches where he just pop up, get a goal or two, and then dip out, and he'd be anonymous for 80 minutes. But, honestly, man, it's just something I can't stop thinking about. I know I'm supposed to be getting over Harry Kane. So before anyone says get over it, I know all y'all in the chat already talking about get over it. He ain't here no more. But, Baxter, I don't think it's disrespectful. Hang on, let me catch up on the chat. Wait, Kane, who's that? The system wouldn't work, in my opinion. Bro, I'm glad he left. Fresh start. That's another perspective, too. Again, like I said, it's just a jelly bean conversation, y'all. It's okay. It's just a little bit of a jelly bean conversation. Check the Ewing. Are you talking about Patrick Ewing? You talking about an NBA? Is that what you're talking about, Archibald? Big up, Archibald. Zapur says, I don't want to think about the Kane what if. It's just not worth our energy to hypothesize something we'll never know the answer to. You trying to tell me you ain't ever thought about your life if you were like Zlatan Ibrahimovic? I don't think that's... Come on. I like to think about things like in a different sense. Like, what if? In parallel universes... I would say, what if I was this guy? What if I had stuck with this? What if I had done this? And it's always, yes, you can waste time thinking about it, but at the same time, as a content creator surrounding around Spurs, it's a good conversation to have, I think. Whether you think that Kane would slot into this team and take us to that next level, which, again, statistically, no one has shot the ball more than us. So, come on now. Let's see what we're doing here. Imagine if the asteroid hadn't started the extinction of dinosaurs. Diplodocus united for the cup? I'm going Stegosaurus FC, Derek Smith. Personally, I'm a Stegosaurus FC fan, if the asteroid had never destroyed it. J. Coe says, Kane wouldn't let anybody else take a pin, even if we were up 10-0. Kane is all about himself. Dinosaurs became birds like cockerels. Yeah, Dub Shaman, you're right. Kane can adapt to any style of play, says Peter M. Look how he shined with all those different coaches he worked with. He's also okay at Bayern, a true great. Yeah, exactly. And so, I think I'm getting to a point where I'm okay talking about Kane without it being an emotional response. And you know what? I know some of y'all don't want me to talk about this and say this, that, and the other, and what if. But, I'm getting through it, y'all. I'm getting through the separation of Harry Kane. Did I watch his last Bayern game? Yes. I do keep up with Bayern Leverkusen. That's why. But was I especially attuned to what Harry Kane was doing? Of course I was. Milton Nobrega says, Levy would have gotten away if it wasn't for those medley kids. There's a Scooby-Doo reference. Elvis G, Kane would have broken Holland's goal-scoring record in this team. We have to move on as he's gone. But look, this is the second part. I agree. We do have to move on. But again, your the first sentence here is what I'm looking for, what I want to hear from y'all. Do you think he would have been this fucking crazy bastard in this system, or would he have held this system back? Is it like Leo from Mile High Hotspur said, it's time to move on, got to look forward. But could it have also been just that much sweeter? Well, I don't know. How many cookies is too many cookies, right? Did you say 50 goals so far this season? No, 50 goals in total. I might have said so far. But the thing I saw on Twitter was someone saying if Kane was in this system, he would have 50 goals in the Premier League by the time the season's done, is what this tweet said. Question, Chris Peters says, now that we're talking about Kane, do you think he'll ever come back to Spurs? Not if you keep talking funny, or maybe not at least while Levy's here. I don't know. Things seem weird, so I don't think so. But things change as time heals all, as they like to say. I don't understand why people are talking about Kane's marriage, though. I'm in the U.S. while I finish my master's, while my wife is still in Korea. Does that mean our marriage is in shambles? No, Zapur, not at all. It's just people like to talk about stuff like that. Look, when the news broke, I didn't want to speak about it publicly. Yesterday, I said it on record. I said, look, I'm not going to speak about another grown man's marriage like that. That's just not my style. I'm a grown man. He's a grown man. Why would I speak about his marriage? Why would I speak about what's going on with him and his wife? Like, that's him. Harry Kane would eat good in this system, says Daniel E. Guy's a born goal scorer and would have been in a team creating for fun. So I'm saying we do a lot of dancing around the box. You just give Harry Kane a sniff at that goal. That man will put it behind. I mean, I don't know. It's just fun to think about. Juventus have financial difficulties. If we finish Champions League, Vlahovic completes the team. 4 out of 4 goals so far. 4 goals in 4 matches so far for Vlahovic. Okay, so he's doing all right now. He's okay. Everyone's not freaking out. Kane would have scored goals for sure, but the team would be less mobile. Flow of play would be worse and a worse spirit as it wouldn't be in Son's image. Morler. Big up Morler. You coming? I don't know if this is your first chat of the day or what, but you're coming in here spitting, my friend. All right, so hang on. Let's look at this, right? I think this is a great point that I didn't even think of yet in this whole jelly bean. And you know what? Anyone who knows Boy Meets World, this is the part where he puts the whole bag on the side of, you know, I think he chose Topanga. But in regards to Tottenham, this last part of this sentence, Morler, I'm honestly like, yes, you're right. Boom, there it is. End of the conversation right there. Now I was dancing around thinking about it, but this is really the end all be all. Like, the spirit would be not in Son's image, not in James Maddison's image, not in Christian Romero's image. It would be in Harry Kane's shadow. And that right there, to me, I think is enough of a deciding factor to say, no, we would not have been better off where we're at now and where we're going if Harry Kane stayed. Would he have scored a bunch of fucking goals in this system? Hell yeah, he would have. Hell yeah, he would have. But this team, the flow of play, it would all look different. The vibes would be different. And right now the vibes are immaculate. So why would we want to change anything? This is a very good point, Morler. Holy shit. You just killed it right there. Baxter says, please don't disrespect the current squad by talking what if with Kane. I don't think it's disrespectful. I'm sorry if you do, but I don't think it's disrespectful to think about. I mean, yes, I guess in a relationship, like I'm married, right? If I was thinking about what if I got married to some other chick I dated rather than my wife, that is disrespectful to my wife, yes. But I would say if ANGE POSTECOGLOU was doing this, it'd be disrespectful, but I'm just a fan. I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just a fan. What if I didn't meet my ex? The game goes on. Exactly. Big up Goguma's in the house. Hello, Goguma. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Good to always, anytime you're here, Goguma, it's a good time. The Ewing theory, a star athlete that receives a large amount of media attention and fan interest, but crucially never leads his teams to any meaningful success, leaves their team. The team then exceeds expectations without the player. I love this theory. This is great. I'm going to actually pull up a tab, and I might have to do a little... If we keep going on like this, or we do have success, this is absolutely like... This is it. I just Googled the Ewing theory. Yeah. That's exactly what you said, Archibald. That might be what's going on here. I love it. Ian Satwick, Kane is a top striker, but without him, we are a team of 11. Very well said. Rob Oy, forget Kane. He represents a failed era. I guarantee if he had stayed, we would be a mid-table. Something arrogant and self-important about him, which would have affected this new team spirit, says Rob Oy. Jazz Fusion, transition from star-driven team to system where the star is the manager and progress. I prefer this. I prefer this as well. Big up Jazz Fusion. The wound is still fresh for some Kane supporters. The what if are bound to come up. Absolutely. I have a scab over my wound. Personally, I'm healing. Future Music says he can come back one day stuffed by a taxidermist for Levy's museum. Oh, Future Music, always with the pizzazz. Chris Peters says harsh. Dinosaurs equals birds equals pigeons equals 3 points? Question mark, maybe. Badly stuffed with button eyes. The free kicks Kane insisted on wasting annoyed me, to be honest. That was very frustrating. Every time it was a free kick, it was just like, stop it, Harry Kane. Get away. No, I don't want you there. But you know what? He somehow, some way found a way to always take those free kicks. A very good point. I prefer James Maddison on the free kicks. Mrs. RG, YouTube chat member in the house. Hello, Mrs. RG. Hey, Jacob. Hello. How you doing? Says, I wouldn't mind him coming back after the rebuild, but now I'm going to treat him like I do with my exes. Keep him out of sight and out of mind. Very well said. Very well said, Mrs. RG. Let's keep him out of sight, out of mind. Let's not worry about him. Maybe it's time to move on. Again, Morlar, you don't comment often, but when you do, you knock it out the park, my friend. Good job. Chris Peters, dinosaurs, birds, pigeons, Richarlison. Kane wants everything to go through him, says J. Co. Others have to sacrifice their game to make Kane look good. Honestly, Kane can look good with minimal people around him. But I do think that, yeah, the whole attack is destined to go through him. And we're not necessarily built that way anymore. Dub Shaman, new Richie song, catch the pigeon, etc. Catch that pigeon now. I don't know what that's to the tune of, but I definitely fucked it up. What if Arne Slot had said yes? This is another what if, David. I don't want to do this one yet. This is scary to think. They're fourth, Feyenoord. And I watched one of their matches. I was bored as shit. Watching Fire. They're bros in the Eredivisie. Or not. Man, Feyenoord, right? That's where he decided to stay? Fuck him. Man, if Arne Slot had said yes, holy moly, I wouldn't be able. Where would we be if Arne Slot had said yes? We might be losing our shit as a fan base right now. Ange is holding us ever so tender. Ange is holding us much like this photo that I have uploaded now. This is going to be a frequent flyer. Look at that. This is how Ange is holding all of Tottenham's fan base right now, being held like Christian Romero and Ange Postecoglou on the sideline. Come on now. Talk to me nicely. Damn, I'm way behind in the chat. How'd that happen? I was just caught up. Hey, if you want Kane, what if you do you, but you asked what our vibes are, and I don't want to waste energy thinking about it. No, that's fine. You don't have to waste energy thinking about it, Zapur. I'm just thinking, like, it was a good thought. Or not a good thought, but it was an interesting thought process to see where we would end up, where I ended up, and, yeah, what the vibes are. So you don't care, Zapur. A lot of others don't care as well. But you know what? Ange is holding us like this. Ange is holding us way too nicely right now for a lot of us to even care. And I think this is what's making the separation from Kane easier for me as a fan. Of course, we'd be better with a striker who had scored 30 goals last season, but we're fine without him, and we're going to win the Premier League under Ange, says Derek Smith. And Kane will be hella jealous. Here we go. Ewing theory in full effect. I'm going to use that a lot now. Thank you, Archibald. Some people think I'm not over Kane, but I'm just keep assisting my son in all his goals. Some people think I'm not over Kane, but I just keep assisting my son in all his goals. I don't know. Am I not reading that right? It will be the ultimate irony if Bayern fail and Spurs win, says Dub Shaman. Can you imagine the scenes? That'd be absolutely crazy. It must be a British thing, but now he's considered a German in my head, says Future Music. All right, fair enough. Would you take Enzo at Tottenham? Yeah, I think he's quality. Way too expensive. I'll take him at a discount, though. Leo says he would have held us back. No doubt about it. Either it was focus on him or focus on the new system. Fair enough. It's absolutely fair enough. Let me take that picture down in case anyone doesn't know what we're talking about. I know a certain South London club who's going to buy every striker going in January. Let's not hope too much on Tony, Vlahovic, etc. Chelsea are going to buy them all. I hope not. Harry Von Kane, complete with the eye patch. All right. Everyone's ready to move on from Kane. No one loves him anymore. I was just thinking, what if? Don't obsess with a goal scorer, number 9, superstar, big name. Ainge creates a team of functioning parts. Good point. Big up Daniel Sandoval. Hello. Joe Hong's in the house. Jacob, Kane started the disrespect first, so you can talk about him all you want, bro. Thank you for that, Joe Hong, validating my experience here. Appreciate that. Golden Hammer's back. Hey, Golden Hammer, how you doing? How the bubbles popping this week, my friend? Says, signing of the summer after 5 games. I bet he will win 0 trophies in his career at Spurs like Kane. Look, we were just talking about this, Golden Hammer. It's the Patrick Ewing theory. It's the Patrick Ewing theory, and I learned what that meant today officially. If you don't know, I'll read it for you right now, Golden Hammer. The Ewing theory is simple. A star athlete gets a lot of media attention, fan interest, never leads the team to any type of success, leaves their team, and then the team exceeds expectations without said player. That's what's happening right now, Golden Hammer. Don't you worry. But yes, James Maddison is absolutely the signing of the summer after 5 games. I don't need all of a Premier League season to know it. Who's the better signing so far? The title also says so far, by the way. So I'm not super duper shameless. Just about half a cup worth of shameless, Golden Hammer. I said so far. Who's been a better signing so far for their club? Anybody? Can anyone name anybody other than Maddison? Not like you're saying anything bad anyway, although some may argue that Kane is one with the loser mentality. I've heard that before. Some of the hate on Kane is harsh. I just hope this ain't what fans are like every time their favorite player leaves. But I think it's the fashion in which he left that some people have a really nasty taste left in their mouth. Seal Near says, unpopular opinion perhaps, but I don't think Kane would synergize well with Maddison or any number 10. The striker in Ange's system has to play a stricter role. Interesting here. That's an interesting take, but you could be absolutely spot on there, Seal. New name in the chat. Never seen you here. Big up. Hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in. I did see the analytics. 41% of the people who watch these shows are not even subscribed, so humbly going to ask here on an hour and 24 minutes, hit that like if you don't mind. Please do partake in that poll. 100 votes in the poll, 89 likes. Surely, but don't call me Shirley, we can hit 100 likes on this episode. Surely we could do that. Golden Shower back in the chat. Who's... Oh, Golden Hammer. That took me a second. Went right over my head. I was like, who's Golden Shower? Big up Golden Hammer. I like the banter. I like their tenacity. I see them on a few other chats going around talking shit. Say it with your chest, man. I like it. There was a team before Kane. There will be a team after Kane. Kane is now in the Hall of Legends we had in the club. There will be more in the future. Very well said there, Chris Peters. Appreciate that. Rich, if I lewdly twist your username, would it be allowed here? Absolutely, Golden Hammer. You can, what, you're going to call him Dick? That's allowed. Danny Reese, hello, Danny, says, I was devastated when Kane left, but since he's been gone, like Kelly Clarkson song, I've seen a different side to how we play, and I love it. Absolutely. I think it's like the big brother finally left for the army, right? He finally left. Now the younger brother has stepped up in son, and he is like, I'm the man of the house now. For any fatherless homes out there understanding the reference. Pedro Mendez back in the chat. Hello, second time I've seen you here, Pedro. How you doing? And if you wanted to know, I do always vote for Pedro. Sunset, he says, Son wouldn't explode the way he's going to this season if Kane had stayed. The Son hat trick didn't count as his explosion. It hasn't even begun yet. Just you watch. I love that, Pedro. Bring those immaculate vibes on over here. Sit down. You're talking to me nicely. And I appreciate the way you talking too. I agree with you there as well. Caption Grandma Jacob, I've just tuned into your channel 1 year in the past where everyone's talking about Harry Kane. I'm glad we don't have to talk about him now. Yeah, I did want to talk about it just a little bit there. Big up Phil P in the house says, Jacob, yes, I was there on Saturday. It was absolutely crazy when that equalizer and winner went in. Amazing scenes at the lane. Woo! I heard you did a fun little interview there with Sean at Spurs Talk Show. A very much drunk Phil. Sounds like a good time, honestly. I follow T-Rex United, says Milton. Yeah, I'm Stegosaurus FC. Ex-Bretonian, although you can't take the bricks and atomies, Chelsea is South London 100%, says Dub Shaman. All right. David, yeah, Mark Boland gets 50 a season in T-Rex United. What cologne do you think Ainge wears? Old Spice? Maybe Davidoff Cool Water? I don't know, but he's smelling something nice. Look at that. He is smelling something. I fucking love this photo, y'all. I cannot lie. There's 100 of y'all here now, and this is what y'all all tuned in to see. Ainge giving a snifferoo of Christian Romero. And honestly, yum, yum. I would love to be in the middle of that. Let me catch up on the chat here. Y'all absolutely killing me tonight. Not Bobby Ewing then. Didn't he have a dream in the Dallas shower stall? I don't know what you're talking about, Derek Smith. I don't know. I think Diaby has been better and more impactful than Maddison, says Golden Hammer. Choosing Diaby. Hang on. Let me get Diaby's. I fucking love Moussa Diaby. I'm so upset that Villa went and got him. I don't like that they did that. It's not fun because like I said, I watched Leverkusen a lot last season. Of course, I mean, you don't need to be watching third division of the Bosnian league to know that Moussa Diaby's a very talented footballer. Let's look at his season so far in comparison here. Hang on, let me tell. Oh, I forgot I had this photo up. Hang on now. Woohoo! That's a nice one. Golden Hammer. Let me just look at a couple things real quick with you. So here's James Maddison. Above my head is his 5 Premier League matches statistically. For his position, his statistical balance per sofa score. I'm going way too far to the right. Just right here. Look at those numbers. And then here's Moussa Diaby's. One great performance stands out. One time he got over 8, which was against Burnley here for Moussa Diaby. When he got a goal and he got an assist. And that was his best game for Moussa Diaby. He got a 6.6. I don't see anything that low here for James Maddison. Again, that's James Maddison. That's Moussa Diaby. Different positions, for sure. But just statistically, barely out of his 5 Premier League matches, he's an absolutely great player, but I would have loved him at Spurs. I think he's better than Kulusevski personally. I would have loved Moussa Diaby. So don't get it twisted, Golden Hammer. I love Moussa Diaby as a player. I think his profile is absolutely fantastic. He should have came to Spurs. I didn't know he was for sale. But statistically, he has not had as good of a season yet. That doesn't not take anything away from the guy at all. Never would want to do that. No way. Let me see. Way behind in the chat. But big up Golden Hammer. Good shout. I love Moussa Diaby. He's actually had a very good impact for Aston Villa. So no doubt. We are 5 likes away from the 100. If there's 5 of the 95 of y'all still here that haven't liked the video, please do that. Come on now. Help me reach that goal. Ewing had the Knicks in an NBA final. When did they get back since? I don't think that they have been back since. They are ass cheeks, and long may it continue. Good evening, Jay. Hope all is well. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Merovingian. Big up Mero 1980. Hope you're keeping well. Love that photo of your dog there. Very nice to see. Big up. Golden Hammer is a clown. Golden Hammer. James Ward-Prowse has had more assists than Maddison. I didn't take his name, though. Interesting. James Ward-Prowse, yeah, he does have, one more assist, I think, and 1 less game. Maybe Levy wasn't responsible for all our woes. Maybe it was Kane after all, says Jamie Git. Maybe. I'll put that picture up because I don't want to see that Arsenal shirt. I was at the game where Pedro Mendes got cheated at Old Trafford. San Antonio Spurs says Maddison won Player of the Month and James Ward-Prowse is 5 years older. That's a good point. We didn't win Player of the Month. Something magical about South London. Love Clapham, Common, Tootingbeck, and so many great memories. I don't know what the hell you just said to me, Dub Shaman. I think you're talking to someone else. Nobody cares about West Ham. They have bubbles, though. Come on. It's fun for the kids. Cursor. Jacob, when you come into London, you got to watch a Spurs game at home, especially in the London Derby. I would love to. I was trying to make it out there in December of this year. I don't think that's going to happen. But I definitely do want to make it out at some point and watch me a match. I was trying to go in December. There's a time in which we play 2 home games within 4 days of each other, and I would have loved to have been there for both of those personally. But yeah, it's just not working out this year. But hopefully sometime soon. I hope Ainge isn't a sniffer like Joe Biden. No, he's in there. He's sniffing. He ain't as creepy. He at least knows where he is. Ainge and Romero like the final scene in Lost in Translation. Isn't that sweet? Imagine if we had Bentancur in this midfielder. Wouldn't that be nice? He's coming back. He's looking ready. I like what I'm seeing so far. That rehab is nice. It's midway through September, and he's already looking like he's coming back. Ainge and Romero leading cast in Brokeback Mountain 2. Romero's looks like the guy who wears Versace. Ainge looks like a mafia boss at a funeral hugging his latest victim's son in the photo. Yeah, give him a kiss on each cheek. I'm very sorry I had to murder your family. That was a horrible Godfather impression. I would definitely smell him. Derek Smith, showing my age, Jacob, you're probably a bit young to remember the show Dallas. I am, but I do remember a lot of people saying it helped people know where Dallas was, and I like that. How many goals, assists Diaby got this season? He has 5 matches played, 2 goals, 2 assists. James Maddison, 2 goals, 2 assists. Jacob, you're insatiable, always wanting to get involved in those manly hugs. I mean, look at that. You tell me you don't want to be the lunch meat in between those 2 slices of bread? Come on now. Eventually, got over Gaza, Lazio. I'm sure I'll get over Harry Kane. Yeah, I think it just takes time. Everyone processes things at different times. Let's see here. Got a few more people in the house. 103 likes. Big up every single one of you. Helping me get that target underway. Big ups. 103 likes. Absolutely magical. Just as magical as this hug from ANGE POSTECOGLOU. I'm going to take a sip of water while I'm hiding behind this photo. Look at that. Should I make this the background? I might make this the background of the show. I don't know. I just don't want it to go away. I want it to be up, but I gotta sit way to the left in order for you to see me. Hello. I don't know. I'll leave it up for a little bit longer. Golden Toy Hammer will say whatever as long as it doesn't up the Spurs. That's okay. I'm glad he's here. He's having a good time. He's hitting the like, I'm sure. I appreciate anyone being here, whether you're a raveler or a lover. Lover or fighter, it don't matter. Let's check in with the poll. Let's see where we're at. 107 votes, 106 likes. Absolutely phenomenal ratio there. 36% right now in the lead. Everyone's loving the immaculate vibes the most. And then 35%, the football we're playing is Tottenham Hotspur. 23% says they love the attitude shift from the players and the fans. And 6% says, I'm still waiting to be won over. 6% still waiting to be won over. If this photo right here doesn't do it, I don't know what will, my friend. You'll find out. You'll jump in the pool eventually. Don't worry to that 6%. Big up Daniel Field, smashing the like. These Chelsea owners love kindergarten players. Y'all struggling over there. Y'all struggling in Chelsea. I see you. Y'all are absolutely struggling out there. Merovingian. Haha. Merovingian. 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 Marrow vagina? What are we doing here? Merovingian. Marrow. Can I say marrow? Do you mind if I call you marrow? It's easier for me to process mentally. I'll get vilified, but I don't live in London. I like West Ham and was happy for them winning the Conference League. Interesting. I was not happy. I was jealous. But you know what? I will not shame you for how you feel. You can feel however you want, Derek. I personally was I wanted to win the Conference League when we were in it, and we did not take it seriously. Lost to a team whose manager was in prison. That was a new low for Tottenham Hotspur fans. It's not Clapham, Jacob. It's pronounced Clapham. Clapham? I barely know him. Peter M says, yes, Jacob, there's a conversation going between us South London Spurs fans in the chat. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to keep up. Jacob, your first English lesson, say Clapham, not Clapham. Next week, Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Say that 3 times fast. Is Worcestershire sauce, is that actually from Worcestershire? Or is it from somewhere else and they just lying? But Clapham Clap him. I barely know him. Sorry, I already cracked that joke. Pedro Mendez, yes, I did get cheated at Old Trafford when I scored from the halfway line. That's one of the times you want VAR for sure. You know, we often say, fuck VAR, there's some bastards. But you know what? That's one time I would have liked them. I would have definitely liked them intervening on that one. Ben Kaufman in the house. Big up, Ben Kaufman. Hey, Mr. Jacob. Hey, how you doing? Rumor has it he's, Woodsy says, rumor has it he's whispering. Forgot Dyer and Sanchez, they can't hurt us anymore. Dyer can. He was on the bench. He's very close to being able to hurt us. We're like 1, maybe 2 injuries away from seeing an Eric Dyer bring us more pain. More pain for more suffering. That's why Ainge said enjoy it now, because when you see Eric Dyer, you're back to being miserable. Ainge is saying to Romero there, it's okay, people. It's okay. People like Daniel E. doubted you, and you put them right in the mud. Daniel E. doubted you, Romero, but don't you worry. Don't you worry. Papa ANGE POSTECOGLOU's got your back. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I love that photo. That's one of my new favorite photos. Like which one do I like more between these? I don't know. I really can't choose which one I like more between these two. What about that one? I'm just kidding. This one's great. This one's great. This one's great. It's hard to choose. But Daniel E., it's okay. You're on the right side of the argument now. And that's what matters most, my friend. The West Ham song Forever Blowing Bubbles was written in Forever Blowing, that's for sure. I don't know about bubbles. Forever Blowing something. Caption competition for Ainge Romero. There you go. Daniel Keppel Music says, where can we find your music? You don't want to find my music. My music makes my son cry and my wife be very mad at me. But if you mean like the music I use in the show or what? San Antonio Hotspur, I'm loving Big Ainge. I'm loving Big Ainge instead. John G, you can't say this about many American accents, me being from Australia, but your voice is very therapeutic to listen to. Big ups to you. Come on, you big up, John G. I appreciate that. And if I may share a little bit of confidential information, Sean Butler from Spurs Talk Show, we were chatting a little bit earlier today, and he says, would love to jump on your show, but I have to be up in 7 hours, so I will listen and snooze. He has said that he likes to listen in while he falls asleep, so he might be asleep by now, because that was about an hour and a half ago. But I hope he's having sweet, sweet dreams. But appreciate that, John G. A few people say that my voice puts them to sleep, and they mean it as a compliment, so I am forced to take it as a compliment, although it is a strange sentiment indeed. Put your Champions League trophies up as your background display, Jay. Hey, Cursor, look at the screen right now, buddy. Love you, buddy. I'll Photoshop you an Ainge's warm embrace if you turn around like Romero. Can you do one with... Well, I don't want to ruin... Maybe I'll need to send you a photo or something. I want to get that. That'd be fantastic. Big up Australian Gooner in the house says, hey, Spurs getting all giddy after 5 games. Same old story. Arsenal will not even break a sweat to easily defeat you unless you park the bus. Australian Gooner, big up. I'm so glad you're here because I want to tell you this to your face. You're getting your ass kicked this weekend, and it's okay, my friend. Ainge Ball is going to take the world by surprise. I said it before the season started. I've been saying it. We're going into the Emirates, and we're walking away with at least 1 point, but my heart is saying 3 points. Australian Gooner, I know you're feeling good. I know you're thinking that is same old Spurs, but let me tell you, yesterday's price is not today's price when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur. All right, Tottenham Hotspur is a different ethos, identity, mentality, hunger, drive, passion, all the above, all the fucking acronyms, all the adjectives you can think of. Come on now, Australian Gooner, big up, my friend. Good to see you here. Appreciate you being here, even though you're a rival fan. I am glad that you're here, hitting us with your thoughts. I think you're going to be mighty shocked by what you're going to see on Sunday. And you know what? I hope you come back. I'm going to do a fucking watch along on this channel, Australian Gooner. I hope you come back and talk to me nicely. Ange on Valise, quote, he's been impatient waiting to get started. It was good to have him involved yesterday, and he'll be available from here on as well. That was from the day of the match, I believe, or the day before the match, I believe, and I'm very much excited to hear that. Dry Roast Peanut says, is In-N-Out Burger overrated? Yes, if you're in the South, go to Whataburger. It's orange with a big W, and you can't miss it. It's way better. I was happy with West Ham winning a trophy. They're so cute, says Rich. The guy from the second Matrix film, Jacob, come on. Merovingen. I'll keep trying, man. I'll keep trying. Love the t-shirts, Dry Roast. Jacob and Clapham. Clapham. I'm not going to crack the same joke. He is, again, the Aussie Gooner in about his 4th Tottenham stream today. Big up to Australian Gooner. I'm glad that he's here. Sharing his truth. What more can you ask from the chat than to share their truth? West Ham had Bobby Moore as captain and England legend. Oh, okay, that's a reason to have a soft spot for him. Honestly, I do like Mohamed Kudus. I wanted Mohamed Kudus at this club as well. If we got Mohamed Kudus, everything will be swell. But we didn't get him, and I do like him. He's a hell of a player, but I hope he's a bust because he plays for West Ham now, personally. Remember, for the watch-along, it's a derby, not a derby. It's a North London derby. Why do I have to say it like I'm from Boston? Worcestershire sauce. I don't know how to say that. VAR haters are weird. Big up Archibald. He says you make me laugh. Good. That's what it's all about, man. Having a good time. Yeah, I'm here after all. Jacob said he will win 5-0. I never said we win 5-0. No, don't twist what I said now. I said what I said, which was we will win. That we at least are going to get a draw. But what I've said all along in every show, go back and look, and on every big channel I've been on, I said we will not lose when we go to the Emirates. And I say that on purpose because that at least leaves the door open for a draw. But I feel like we're going to win. I'm from London and we pronounce it Worcester. I don't, phonetics, man, not my best thing. Living in the U.S., but I was a young Spurs supporter and would go stand in the stands for $3. Gaza, Hoddle, Waddle, etc. You know, you mentioned this guy, so I'm gonna show this because, you know, for our nostalgia people out there, they're gonna like this. Ange Postecoglou said if he could add any former Premier League legend to his side, he would choose Spurs man Glenn Hoddle, because every time he was on the ball, something magical was about to happen, and he's always liked creative players. Look at that. Look at that. Ange is our signing of the summer, says Ian McKenna. Big up Ian McKenna being here. Please, no Dyer on the bench in the North London Derby. Honestly, I feel like he's the reason we had a slow start versus Sheffield. He's the reason we were stumbling. The mentality wasn't right. The vibes were not immaculate because you had a freaking sour puss. You had a rotten-ass banana hanging out with the fresh-ass bananas. And what does that do? It attracts fruit flies, and then what do you know? You got a bunch of rotten fruit. So he tried to ruin us. The ref tried to ruin us. Again, Eric Dyer, I don't want to harp on him too much. He didn't even play, and it was good to see that he wasn't even subbed on. But I just need him to go, man. Worcestershire sauce. I'm never going to get that. Ben Kaufman, I hate West Ham. I would have loved a Conference League. Same here, Ben. Great photo, Jacob. I love it. Big Ange. Losing Kane and flying. Gotta love it. Ange is your best signing. Good point. We have lost Kane and we're absolutely flying thanks to Papa. Okay, you get next week's lessons today. It's not Worcestershire sauce. See how easy that is? Yeah, Jamie, I see how easy it is. God damn it. You're still talking about the Worcestershire sauce. The Worcestershire sauce. Whatever the fuck it's called. I know it's actually used in a lot of recipes, like goulash. If you have goulash, it's good to put some Worcestershire in there. The sauce is right way to say it, made from anchovies, close to the Roman condiment garum, made from fermented fish for saltiness. Interesting. Having a little cooking lesson here. I like it. Aussie Gooners, Jacob, mate, would you expect anything less? He's giddy. Let us enjoy it while it lasts. I didn't say 5-0, though, guys. Don't get it twisted. I never said 5-0, but yes, I am giddy, and yes, I am excited. Jacob did an Elvis impersonation of Big Ange song. I'm loving Big Ange instead. And Cursor, Jacob has the modern-day Mr. Mackey voice from South Park. Okay. Drugs are bad, okay. Big Kaufman, no one likes listening to my voice, and I agree with them. I don't like listening to my voice either, for what it's worth. I think they meant you're a smooth operator. I hope that's what they meant. Jacob Bing Crosby. Ooh, that's kind of nice. That's a nice compliment. Forever Blowing Bubbles was written by Michael Jackson. It was about, wow, some dirty deeds with a pet monkey named Bubbles. Interesting there. All right. Yeah, Photoshop me and Ange. Me and Ange hugging. That'd be a great photo. Bing Cosby was a wife beating drunk, but he had a great voice. Yeah, that's not cool. Spurs don't even own a bus. Nope. We no longer sit back and park the bus. Arsenal midfield will get schooled, says Bobby the Greek. Gooners will be goners, says Jammy Git. Basuma is going to run circles around Arsenal. Ian says, I remember Spud saying Ange who? Not me, because I had a good friend who said Ange Postecoglou was the man and that I'd fall in love, and he was absolutely right. Shout out Paul Beatty from the Hotspur Hippie. Please don't compare being with Jacob. I don't know who that is. Levy sold the bus to Ten Hag. Ugodi will put Saka in his pocket. That is actually a matchup I'm looking forward to seeing, quite frankly. Destiny Ugodi versus Bukayo Saka. This guy they saying is this, that, the other. Talk to me nicely. He got another thing coming when he goes up against Destiny Ugodi. I'll tell you what. Australian Gooner, I want to know, who do you think's going to score for Arsenal? Australian Gooner. Any Gooners in the chat? Any rival fans? Spurs fans? I probably know what we're going to say. Ain't none of them going to score because they all ass cheeks. But realistically, one of them will probably score at least once. So I want to know who the Gooners and the rivals think. Who in Arsenal's team is actually going to score, and what tells you that they're going to get that goal is what I want to know. Levy told Poch, if he wants to manage Spurs again, he must destroy Chelsea from the inside. I hope. Hey, come on now. Johnny Rockets is trash. That is true. Where I live, you can get a pizza burger. It's 2 pizzas with a massive burger in the middle. If you can eat it, you get it for free. Bro, I be eating for free every single day. Talk to me nice. I could eat a burger inside a pizza. Come on. I wonder if many Spurs fans join in on other clubs' fan channels as much as other fans seem to join in on our channels. Always surprised / impressed by that. Jemmy Get, what I will say is that I do tune into like Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, United. Not really City, because like, what are they going to tell me other than we're going to win the league? But I like to listen to other fan channels because it gives you some perspective on a club you might not follow as closely as yours. So I do it just for content sake, to know and really feel the vibe and the energy of other fans and how they're feeling. Like, I tune into a lot of United streams because it's quite funny when they signed Mason Mount, to see how everyone reacted to that. It's fun to see stuff like that. So I do it. I have done it, and I probably will do it again. Mara Vignon says Big Shugs. Big Shugs. Big up. Will not be able to watch live, sadly. Hope for the best, so I feel good about catching the replay. Come on, Jazz Fusion. You're not going to be able to watch it live? What you got going on? I've already told my wife like a week in advance. Look, y'all, I'm going to be gone on Sunday. It's the Derby. It's the Derby. It's not the Derby. It's the Derby. I have to do it in a Boston accent, apparently. Jacob, real question. If you didn't support Tottenham, who would it be? I'll be dead. Cursor. If I didn't support Tottenham, I'd be dead. But realistically, I say I like Leeds. I have a soft spot for Leeds. When Alan Saint-Maximin played for Newcastle, I liked Newcastle. I liked Wolves when they had Adama Traore. But now that neither one of those players are on either of those teams, I don't give 2 shits about either one of those clubs. So, yeah, Leeds. I like Leeds for Ellen Road. The fans are fucking crazy. I kind of like it. Yeah, probably Leeds. Also because Russell Crowe narrated that documentary. Russell Crowe. I fucking love that guy. I messaged the voice of Spurs, the guy who writes all the great songs, and said, please write an anthem for us to walk out to. Do you agree? Yes. And tell him to subscribe to United Spurs of America if you write him again. I know deep down you're proud your guy is finally in the Premier League. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'd never say Spurs are going to beat Arsenal 5-0. We're going to beat them 6-0, says Rich. There you go. Talking to me nicely. Worcestershire sauce is the correct pronunciation. Glad we got that sorted. LDBC Killa says, Maddison will not win you the league. Another Arsenal fan. Big up Arsenal fans in the house. I'm curious to see. I will be catching up in just a minute to see who y'all think will score, because honestly, I'm curious. I want to know, y'all. Is it going to be Saka? I don't think so. Saka's going to have to run against Van de Ven and Ugoti. Saka's going to have a rough day. I'm going to be honest. But big up LDBC Killa. Good to see you in the chat. Hit that like if you don't mind. Help a content creator out, regardless of our club affiliation. We love the sport, y'all. All right, I'm going to try to not talk about Worcestershire sauce. Love how Glenn Hoddle still had the face of a middle-aged man in his 20s. Is he in his 20s? He looks about 38 in that photo I have up. Video. Alan Bennett, you just come in here and say video? What is this? Only my son gets to talk to me like that. My son will just be like, feed me this. I'm like, okay, fine. Can't even say please? Video, please? Can you play me the Eric Dyer video or anything? Kane, Arsenal fan. Maddison, Arsenal fan. Bale, Arsenal fan. Basuma, Arsenal fan. Ben Davies, Doherty, Sol Campbell, Arsenal fans. Come on, LDBC Killer. He's talking nicely. Glenn Hoddle was born middle-aged. Dyer was jumping around and congratulating Richarlison. Dyer was jumping around and congratulating Richarlison after the match on Saturday. I haven't seen any of those videos. Not saying it didn't happen. Not saying it's not true. But I didn't see it. I did not. Dyer equals bad juju. Big up, Joe. It's pronounced Worcestershire. Everyone who has told me it's pronounced this or that way has told me different ways to pronounce it. We're never going to get this right, y'all, until the creator of Worcestershire sauce comes out and tells me how the fuck to say that word. I prefer to... Nope, we're not going to do it, Cursor. Not going to encourage the chat to talk about kangaroos like that. Love a kangaroo, don't eat it. Worcestershire... Y'all are fucking me up. I feel like half this show has been me talking about Worcestershire sauce. Listen, come on, Cursor. Why you keep talking about kangaroos like that? Jacob and I just did a simultaneous okay. Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad we could do that together, Ben. How many syllables in the word vehicle? We all know Americans have trouble with English. Vehicle. Vehicle. 3. There you go. Hope that answers your question. Arteta's team suffer gonorrhea. I like that one. Gonorrhea. It's like gonorrhea. It's like the clap, but uncurable. Daniel Montanden, the Dawn of Montana, is in the house. Big up, Daniel. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you here. Hello. Question for you, Daniel. Maddison or Odegaard? Question. Y'all weren't here when we had this conversation. There weren't these Arsenal fans. So let me bring the question back up. Y'all are just looking through all my freaking bookmarks here. Where is it? Did I already skip it? No, here it is. You only have room for one of these midfielders in your team. Who are you taking? Odegaard, James Maddison. Again, here's the numbers. If you need to know how long that both of the look, there's the numbers for you. Saka will probably bag one. He's a quality player, says Woodsy. He is a quality player, but you know what? I don't think he will. I think he's going to get locked the fuck down on that left side. I think it's going to be too much girth for him to handle personally. Remains to be seen, but I think so. I'd need a sample of you turned around like Romero, though. Oh, okay. We'll figure that out, Zapur. Odegaard is the key to the game, says Jazz Fusion. Is he the key that unlocks? Interesting. Tottenham channels are great places, says Daniel, the Dawn of Montana. If he says it, then it must be true. I mean, that's just it. Love your stream, says Paulio. Paulio. Big up, Paulio. Hope you're well. Kangaroos are fucking beasts. They're muscly as fuck, and they can kick a lion to death. Yeah, exactly. Pull up and find out about these hands. But still, they're cute and they're cuddly and they deserve love. I've loved kangaroos since I was a kid. I will never eat one. I don't care what anyone tries to say to me. Urinary tract infections said on his YouTube channel that the only decent player for Man United versus Brighton was Sergio Reguilon. Look at that. I did hear that. United fans were saying he was their best player. And it was kind of funny because I was like, he's not even good enough for us. But ain't that something? I'm not interested in other fan channels unless they've got Spurs representatives on them. I do like opposing score predictions, though. I like to get everybody in on the conversation, see where everyone lands at with things, because I do look at things through a Spurs lens. So at the end of the day, I think it's a little understandable. Zapur, do Jacob in the hanging chair instead. Oh, you mean like this? Or do you mean like this? I'll take either. Can you put me and Romero like this, but Photoshop me over Romero's mom? Is that fucked up? Can you do this one? Here, I'll take the comment down so you can get the whole picture there. Or I'll put it in the Discord. But can you do that one? Do the hanging Zapur. I want this one. I want me with Romero like that. That'd be sweet. Holding hands. Be fucking sweet. We'll talk offline. Let's see. Where was I in the chat? Jacob, Jacob, you're an agent. You don't really like us Chelsea fans. Cursor, I love you. H Talks is a good guy. Shout out Steve Boys, R.I.P. Steve, old boys. R.I.P. I do love a lot. I have a good amount of Chelsea fans. I got love for y'all as people. All right. I always say this. It don't matter your club affiliation. We all love the same beautiful sport. So at the end of the day, you can still be a good guy just making bad choices in your life. Boston accent, out of town trip. There's the link for the coffee company. Says I can do with some rival fans in my chat. Shameless plug. Help me get to 600. There you go, rival fans. Go get at Ben Kaufman. This derby's, I keep saying derby, this derby is going to be a midfield battle. It will be interesting to see. Leeds have loads of fans in the USA. They do now, but they didn't like 2 years ago. Alan said Maximin scored 1 goal in 42 games for New. But he was, I know the numbers. Okay, it's the same thing I'm going to say about Adama Traore. I just love watching those fuckers play. It's not that I believe that they're going to score or get the assist, but like, it's just fun. You know what I mean? There's just sometimes you want to see some fun things happening. Alan said Maximin, it was one of those things. He's fun to watch. I hate that he went to the Saudi Arabian League and I can't watch him. Sucks. I even messaged him saying, hey, send me a Saudi jersey and I'll be a fan of your club. And he never saw that. So there we are with that. You like Leeds. You want Rafinha to Tottenham. Rafinha's actually at Barcelona, but I like Rafinha. I'll take him. Russell Crowe and Poch have a resemblance with that big old belly maybe. Big up Jacob. Angel Ball, love it. Big up. Romero pick in the hanging chair. The back of Jacob won't be great. Yeah, my hair's all fucked up too. Jacob is wearing Plymouth Argyle colors. I think he's actually a Pilgrims fan. Green Army, come on you Janners. What is a Janner? What the fuck? Hey, go Plymouth Argyle, Derek. I'll root for them for you. We just hit 2 hours in the stream. I will be wrapping up shortly so I don't make another Scorsese. But I do want to say big ups to every single one of you who have hit a like so far in the chat. I see 120 likes, 127 votes. Y'all are absolutely blessing me tonight. Jacob, which MLS team do you support? Austin FC. I watch FC Dallas as well. Shout out my guy, Nkosi Tafari. I call him Ngotsi Tafari. What a lad. Arsenal fans don't like hearing that Bergkamp idols were Glenn Hoddle and Johan Cruyff. Just say Worcester sauce, Jacob. Maybe I'll do that. Literally everyone in England calls it Worcester sauce. Worcester. Worcester? Yep, you're right. Sent you a voice note, Jacob, on how to pronounce. Let me see. It's loading. It's still loading. Worcester. I think Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium is sick, but I love Miami as a city, and therefore my MLS team is Inter Miami. I'm also Ronaldo over Messi, and you still chose Inter Miami Messi. Interesting choice there, my friend. I don't hate it. Their stadium's kind of ass, though. Miami Stadium's kind of ass, if I'm honest. It's Worcestershire sauce. Here we go. Ben's message loaded. Yakov. It's pronounced Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce. Kate even sent me a voice note. Everyone's upset. The Worcestershire sauce gets everyone all woohoo, gets everyone all worked up. Let's see what Kate says. Everyone's telling me how to do it. She's Worcestershire sauce. Worcester sauce or Worcestershire sauce? Worcestershire sauce. Big up Kate and Ben sending me voice notes trying to correct me how to say Worcestershire. Cursor says vehicle is 2 syllables. Verkyle. What the hell you talk? What the hell's going on? No one knows how to talk anymore. They're simple words. Yeah, I'm trying to end it, bro. I am, but there you are. Worcestershire. Fast money tip. Set up a copium stand at the Emirates. There you go. Talk to me nicely. Nobody calls it Worcester. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm trying to move on. I want to move on anyway. Jacob, the longest words in the Oxford English Dictionary are phylloxen, and antisedimentabilism. There you go. You didn't even super chat that, but I still tried to read it, my friend. That's how dedicated I am to the craft. Dawn of Montana. I love this new name. Big up Daniel, the Dawn of Montana. Don't get it twisted. Saka's a quality player. Terrible fashion sense, but you could level that as many footballers. That's true. Romero's mom is a pure gangster. I agree with that. Jacob, do you know the man, the myth, the legend known as Ty from AFTV? I don't. I've never watched AFTV. I don't know who Ty is. I couldn't care less. Tie my shoe? I don't know who that is. Spurs, Maddison is better than Arsenal's. Oh my God. I love it. This is going to be a fun week, y'all. We're looking at the rivalry matchup and how we line up, and it's going to be a lot of fun, y'all. Honestly, regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of what happens, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Put the hand down a bit further. Oh. A little further down, maybe. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I am comfortable with that. Jacob, Mia will be after you if you get a Photoshop picture with Kuti. Talk to me nicely. Romero's mom looks like the guy that killed Scarface at the end. Oh, we're falling off the wheels here. I will be wrapping up. That's going to do it here. We've gone over 2 hours. Solo, that's 2 streams in a row. I've done over 2 hours by myself. So come on. Troy is a beast. Yeah, what y'all talking about? Cooties our hitman. I am from Arundel in Sussex, England. All right. Arundel. 5 stars as usual per Derek Smith. I appreciate that. Showing some love. I do appreciate that indeed, sir. You've been here the whole show as well, showing love. Plymouth Argyle is one of the oldest clubs in England. Hey, they got the Mayflower, the thing that helped found America. Who doesn't love Scorsese, though? Keep the camera rolling. My ass is numb. It is time. I'm surprised Chewy's about to get up any second now because we have hit the 2-hour mark. You know how he gets. I was watching the Austin FC game last night. They got beat. Yeah, they were ass cheeks yesterday. Don't worry about that. They were ass cheeks. Losing to Portland? Are you kidding me? I will literally fight people over this. Everyone's upset about the Worcester sauce. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. Yes, Jamie. Was it you? Was it you, Jamie? Starting the whole Worcestershire sauce. Dyer's probably the oh, here we go. 2 hours and we didn't even talk about Forrest Gump. See what happens when I'm by myself? It's all love, Jay. Football side, we don't own the clubs, but as humans, you know, we've got H, bro. Yeah, I know you've got love. I've got nothing but love for every single one of y'all that have tuned in tonight. There was a couple things I was going to talk about still yet, but you know what? We were having a good time, so no need to talk about too much of that outside of that. But I do want to say a special thank you to Moondog for the lone solo super chat of the evening. Big up, Moondog. I appreciate you hitting and blessing the channel with some love. And I do want to say again, special thank you. 123 of y'all have hit the like, so thank you so much to all 123 of y'all. Let's see. Was there any new subscribers during the show? One new subscriber. There we go. Get the fuck in, because whether it's 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. That's more than 0, and that is crucial to winning a ball game. But this ain't a ball game. This is just YouTube. But I appreciate y'all supporting the channel in the free manners, like hitting the like, hitting a subscribe, participating in the poll, hitting a comment. All of that is very good for the channel, and I appreciate y'all doing that. So big up also Moondog for going above and beyond the call of booty. And the call of booty here on United Spurs of America is just hitting that like, participating in the poll. The poll will never be something so simple as have you liked and subscribed. It won't be that easy. It'll be more asking, how do you feel? How do you think about things? But if you are watching this back on playback, 2 hours, 7 minutes in, 2 hours, 8 minutes in, look at Chewy. He's getting restless back there. He's ready to end the show. But if you are watching this back on playback, I hope you're well and having a blessed day. And thank you for supporting the channel in an immense way by giving us your views. So that, again, is absolutely free to do. It's free to tune in, free to hit that like, free to hit the subscribe, free to share the love. So I appreciate everyone who's done that tonight, this evening, this morning, whatever it may be for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. Absolutely fortunate and blessed to have over 120 of y'all hitting that like and tuning into this show. So whether you're here for a long time, short time, I hope you had a good time, because I know I did. So as always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe on your way out. Share this video with your mother, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your nephew, and your niece. They all want to watch United Spurs of America, and get them to subscribe too while you're at it. Come on, help the channel out. It's absolutely free. But again, if you don't want to do all that, just be here tomorrow. We'll be back. And stay fresh, stay blessed, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Quiz.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.